The events of this story date back to about 1800 in Georgia, in the town of Suriname, where the town was named after the most famous family that lived in it and that owned a farm on the outskirts of the town. The Suriname family was an ordinary family that people loved. The family lived a quiet life for a long time in their home amid their farm. Unfortunately, however, things in the beloved house of the Suriname family did not remain the same, but rather quickly and unexpectedly took a turn for the worse, when the frightening events began to fall in front of the eyes of all family members. The doors and windows opened and closed forcefully on their own, and things moved from its location. But all these events were not frightening compared to the horrors that the family went through later. Ghostly acts began to increase in violence from day to day. Things fly out of the shelves and fell to the ground. The old clock was knocked out 13 minutes each time. Then everyone started seeing red eyes in the dark rooms hovering around family members while they slept, so everyone was deprived of sleep all night in addition to the other annoying behaviors that were practiced while the family was eating meals. The ghosts applied to the rhythm of the dishes and the throwing of food away here and there. During the days of the family the bitter times lived, and they suffered torture at the hands of invisible creatures seeking revenge from their family for an unknown reason. The Suriname family decided to leave the house and leave it to the ghosts, but the ghosts were not satisfied with this decision, so it began to increase its attacks, which became more severe and violent, and targeted these children. The children of the Suriname family lost their lives in danger. First, the attacks were directed at the child who suffered the most from the slaps and intimidation. She pulled her from her hair while she was sleeping until she fell from her bed. But the most serious attacks were directed specifically at one of the children on the day the Surinese family left the house, where the ghost hit the boy with the metal armrest of the stove and the ghost hit the head of the young boy in front of his brother, who was unable to help him after seconds stopped strikes and the armrest returned to its place next to the heater, leaving the boy between life and death bleeding from several serious wounds. The Suriname family had already left the house and left abandoned for years, during which it became a tourist destination for researchers, spiritualists and clerics who were all looking for a reason for the attacks that targeted the Suriname family. So some of them came out with the theory that Mr. Suriname himself had sold his soul to the devil in order to obtain wealth, while others interpreted the reason for the attacks as that the ghosts were trying to seek help from the family, but they were met with refusal and lack of understanding from members of the Suriname family, so I decided to take revenge on them and many other theories. Kane and the writers who have published complete books in which they talk about the issue of the mysterious family house of Suriname.